the U.S. Space Force, a standalone branch of the U.S. military charged with securing U.S. interests in, from, and to space, has canceled a multi-billion-dollar program to develop a classifying military communications satellite. The termination of the Northrop Grumman program was made because of increased costs, difficulties developing its payload, and a schedule delay, Bloomberg reported, citing a regulatory filing and people familiar with the decision. Last month, Northrop CFO, David Keffer, appeared to refer to the project's cancellation in an earnings call when he mentioned a decrease in space unit sales partly reflects declines in a restricted program due to shifts in government priority. Reports of the cancellation of the classified program comes a day after the head of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Turner, called on the Biden administration to declassify information on what he called a serious national security threat, which was later reported to involve Russian plans to deploy nuclear weapons in space. ABC News and the New York Times cited unnamed sources as saying that the security threat Turner was referring to involved Russia's potential deployment of a nuclear anti-satellite weapon in space. It was also reported that US allies had also been briefed on the intelligence and the alleged Russian capability was still in development and not a current threat. Russia has been conducting several experiments with maneuvering satellites that might be designed to sabotage other satellites. Hans Christensen, director of the Nuclear Information Project at the Federation of American Scientists, said. Christensen warned that the placement of nuclear weapons in space would violate the 1967 Outer Space Treaty and that any Russian threat to put nuclear weapons in space could be designed to add to pressure on the US and its allies to end their military support for Ukraine. Still, the announcements point to increasing focus of military of nations to jam space communications and develop space-based targeting. David Burbach, a professor of national security affairs at the U.S. Naval War College, has described the Russia-Ukraine war as perhaps the first two-sided space war and a potential harbinger of the future.